Okay, so we're going to work today with looking at our basketball dribble, and I've got a couple of things that are set up that you can try at home. But in this first instance, I just want to see how you actually dribble. Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to watch you and provide you with the feedback, but think about how what I'm doing could be translated into what you're doing here. So let's have a look at our basic basketball dribble. And let's think about what's actually happening there. So I've got my body nice and low to the ball. I'm protecting that space that's underneath my chest effectively. I'm bouncing with my fingertips, not my palm. And I'm making sure that my eyes are up, watching for other people around me. You have a go. Fantastic work. So if we've got ourselves in a position where we can protect the ball, I can see what I'm doing and I'm maintaining control. Think about now how we might use our other hand or how we can use movement. So on the ground here, what I've got set out, I've got some series of numbers in chalk along the ground, and I'm going to try and follow those numbers with my dribble. Let's see if I can do that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fantastic. Okay, you have a try and see if you can move forwards and alternate where that ball actually goes. How did you go? Did you find you could keep your eyes up and move your feet along with what you're doing? What we're going to do here is you can see I've actually got a pole. That pole is next to my number 4. So I've written a 4 either side of that pole, and I'm going to look at making a choice to move around it. Think about the different ways that you might be able to move the ball between your legs, or if that was a person, how you might be able to use a change in pace to get around them. So I'm going to have a couple of goes. Here we go. There's one. There's 2. Looking at a couple of different ways to get around that player. Now, really important that you maintain control of that ball and think about the other options that you might be able to take. Is there an instance where you might pass, or you're holding that ball up? Key thing here though is that you're making sure you're continuous in that dribble. So if it's changing hands, we're maintaining the dribble action, and I'm not bringing it together with 2 hands, because at that point I'd need to stop and think about how I'm passing the ball. So if you've got somebody else at home, you might not use that pole. You might have them standing there looking to defend and forcing you one way or the other. As you're dribbling towards them, you might get them to call out left or right, and so you actually need to react to that cue. If you don't have anybody else at home, you might put a jumper on the floor to be able to move around, and think about what you're doing at the end of getting to this point here. So my number 8 that's on the ground, is there a pass that comes? So I'm going to dribble. I'm going to call out as if somebody's called for the ball, and I'm going to make the choice to make that pass. Okay, let's have a look. Yep. So I'll go one more time. Have a look at as I make that chest pass. I'm bringing the ball to my chest with both hands, and I'm extending out towards my target as I've made that pass. Okay, here we go. Yep. And pass goes away there. Okay, so have a look at how you might be able to give yourself a few different challenges. Dribbling the ball on both sides. Can you move it between your legs? Can you move forwards and go around different things? And as you start to work with some of those, that technique, you might be able to increase the speed that you're moving, the number of things that you need to move around, or you might have a little dribbling challenge with somebody at home. Can you get around them to the other side of your pavement, or can you try and dribble with somebody else, passing the ball, calling out for that pass to actually be delivered. Have a little bit of fun with it, see if you can play around, and we might have a look at different things that you could use for shooting in our next lesson.